Hi there, this is Grant James with Lead PPC. If you are viewing this video, you are probably either on YouTube or you're on Google, and either way, you're probably looking for a franchise marketing agency. This article that I'm going to go over here is about what is a franchise marketing agency. Most likely, you are shopping for some type of a franchise marketing agency. That may be someone who does SEO, someone who does pay-per-click, content creation, print media. There's all sorts of different kind of franchise marketing agencies out there, but I'll kind of walk through what those are and kind of what to look for. In this article, I talk about two primary groups of marketing agencies. It really comes down to whether you're looking for someone who does franchise development marketing, and that's going to be groups like us here at Lead PPC. Scorpion also does some. Curious Jane does some. Franchise Hive, Top Fire Media, and Kigo. These are who I would say are probably some of the top four franchise development. Obviously, I'm super biased with this. We've worked with over 250 brands. I used to be a chief marketing officer for a franchisor 13 years ago. We've managed over $25 million in ads, and this is like at its core, this is what we do. We feel like we are bar none the best group for franchise development. Especially pay-per-click. That's kind of what we focus on. If you're looking for SEO, content creation, things like that, some of these other groups may be ones to consider since all we do is pay-per-click. If you're looking for local franchise marketing, there are a few groups that do that. It's a little bit of a longer list because there's actually more money in it. A lot of times we're on the cheaper end for an agency. We just have like a flat fee, and we can talk to you more about what that is. But basically, franchise development's pretty cheap. When you get into doing lots and lots of locations, there's a lot of scale and money there because some franchises have 10, 50, 100, 1,000 locations, and that can scale really nicely for a lot of organizations. So again, we feel like we're the best at anything that has to do with pay-per-click franchise marketing, whether it's local or franchise development. But some other groups that are good, I think Ninth Root is pretty good, especially if you're doing Google local service ads. Those they do some cool stuff with that as it relates to kind of both organic and kind of some of those local ads. So they're pretty good. Scorpion does some stuff. Their background is mainly law firms and dental offices, but they've acquired some agencies that are in franchising that are pretty good. Fanatics, Curious Jane, Reshift Media, Choice Local. I forget what this one's called. Kigo, Sales Optima, Silvercrest, Brand Muscle, Sochi, Local Hero. These are all ones that do offer some type of local franchise marketing. Again, if you're considering them, we would love to, be the first to talk with you about that. We can at least share some of our experience on it. So what are some of the benefits of working with a franchise development marketing agency? At the end of the day, I don't know how much of I go into this in this article, but it really comes down to knowing what your cost per sale is. If you're working with a franchise broker network, maybe you're working with like IFPG, TES, FranServe, FranNet, BAI, any of those different types of groups, you're going to be paying somewhere between around $25,000 to $40,000 per sale. If you're a newer franchisor and you don't have like an item 19 and maybe you only have like one corporate store, they may charge you 40 grand for your first couple stores. After that, it's usually about $25,000 per sale aggregate. That's including the commission that you pay them, the yearly fee, and the sponsorships that you typically do, 1 to 2 of those a year. For us, our cost per sale usually ranges between, if you're a franchisor and your overall cost for investment is between $250 and $750, we're about $5,000 to $12,000 cost per sale. So we're about a third to half of what it is to work with a franchise broker network. Having said that, a lot of groups that we work with end up working with both us and 1 to 3 broker networks. So they'll take profits from the ads that we do. A lot of times budgets end up being somewhere between about $1,500 to about $7,000 a month. Usually people start pretty small though and do that for a while, but once they're getting profits, they'll put a little more into pay-per-click and then they'll also start doing franchise broker networks if they haven't done that already. A lot of our clients also work with FSOs, groups like Raintree, FranUp, Repum. There's Pinnacle. There's different groups out there that are good at outsourcing sales. But yeah, lots of benefits: planning, strategic development, branding solutions, marketing campaigns, working with, why work with a local franchise marketing agency? I think that really comes down to scale. It's a lot of pressure to put on your in-house staff to be in charge of all these budgets and so many things when that's not like they're not specialists with all things local marketing, and it's not like a core business thing. So most franchisors will work with some type of agencies, and then you have some type of a ticketing system through like Zoho, where where internally you can see all the communications that happen, an agency can see, the franchisee can see, and reporting and all that type of stuff. If you are interested and you need help with either franchise development marketing or local consumer marketing, just click on this Contact Us button here, and you can fill out the form, and then we can have a discussion with you and see if we're a good fit for one another. But thanks for coming to our site. Hopefully this is helpful, and we'd love to talk with you. Thanks.